A man stands trembling under a sky that doesn't end, a sky that belongs to a day where excuses die. He whispers through shaking lips, Ya Allah, I prayed, I fasted, I gave charity. Why am I being pulled toward Jahannam? A voice responds, not human, not harsh. The voice of an angel appointed over his judgment, a voice impossible to escape. You performed many acts of worship, the angel says, and they were written for you. But there is a sin you fed every day, a sin you never repented from, a sin that wounded hearts. The man collapses. What sin? What could outweigh a lifetime of prayer? The angel does not answer yet. The world fades, and we return to where his story began. His name was Umar. If Islam could be seen in a person's routine, people believed they saw it in him. First row at Fajr Quran on his dashboard, Sadaqah receipts folded in his pocket. Always early, always disciplined, always the religious one. In gatherings, people whispered, Mashallah, Umar is truly guided. He's an example for our youth. He's the kind of man who will walk straight into Jannah. He heard those words, and he liked them. Inside him, something subtle began to grow. Not gratitude, not humility, superiority. Whenever someone struggled with a sin, he thought, why can't they be like me? Why can't they control themselves? When people praised him, he pretended to deflect it. But inside, he absorbed every drop. He thought his worship made him untouchable. What Umar didn't see was the silent arrogance forming in his chest, the kind that makes a man believe his good deeds can pay for any cruelty. Behind closed doors, Umar was not the saint people knew. His voice was always louder than necessary. His tone always sharper than the moment required. His wife walked on eggshells, not because of his hands, but because of his tongue. A single mistake, and he'd say, how many times must I tell you the same thing? Do you think at all before speaking? You're lucky I even tolerate this. His children didn't fear him. They feared his disappointment. One night, his little daughter dropped a glass. She whispered, Sorry, Baba. He didn't shout, but the coldness in his eyes made her cry. He never apologized. He convinced himself, I'm just guiding them. This is leadership. This is discipline. But the truth was simpler. His worship never softened his heart. In the masjid committee meeting, a young volunteer mispronounced a word in Arabic. Umar smirked. Are you reading Quran or chewing it? Laughter. Shame. The boy stopped volunteering entirely. At work, when a colleague made a mistake, Umar told him, You're a grown man with a child's brain. People laughed again. Another heart quietly broke. When his neighbor came to borrow a tool, Umar said in front of others, Do you ever do anything without begging? Humiliation, recorded, witnessed by the angels. He justified everything as honesty, advice, correction, truth. Never cruelty, never ego. One evening at the masjid, an elderly man pulled Umar aside. My son, he said gently, your worship is beautiful, but your words, sometimes they cut too deep. Umar felt his pride sting. Instead of reflection, he replied, I speak the truth, uncle. People today are too sensitive. The elderly man sighed, a sigh heavy with knowledge Umar lacked. Sometimes, he said, truth without mercy becomes a lie against your own character. Umar walked away, offended. That was his moment, his chance, his door to repentance. But he closed it himself. People slowly began avoiding Umar, not openly, quietly. Neighbors stopped visiting. Co-workers stopped asking him for help. Youth at the masjid walked the other way. He believed it was jealousy. He never realized it was self-protection. Meanwhile, the angels wrote every sentence he forgot, but others lived with. The boy who cried that night, the wife who suffered in silence, the neighbor who felt small, the friend who lost confidence, the child who feared making mistakes, the brother he shamed publicly, their wounds were recorded, and he never sought forgiveness for any of them. He assumed, my salah will save me, my fasting will wipe my sins, my charity will cover my flaws. The weighing back to the great court, Salah, the angel calls, a mountain of prayer lands on the scale. Fasting, charity, Quran. The scale fills with light. Umar cries with hope. Then the angel says, "Bring the ones he harmed." A line forms, longer than Umar expected. His wife, his children, his younger brother, the boy he mocked, the co-worker he embarrassed, the neighbor he humiliated, and others whose names he never learned but whose pain he created. Each steps forward and says, "He hurt me, he shamed me, he mocked me, he broke my heart, he humiliated me, he made me cry in private, he destroyed my confidence. He talked about me behind my back." The angel announces, "Give them from his good deeds." Umar watches in horror as his mountain disappears. Salah gone, fasting gone, charity gone, memorized Quran gone. When his good deeds run out, the angel says, "Now place their sins upon him." The scale tips, dark, heavy, final. He screams, "No, I worshipped you, I prayed, I fasted, I tried." The angel replies, "You worshipped Allah with your limbs, but you wounded his servants with your tongue, and the rights of people stand today between you and the mercy you hoped for." Umar falls. Everything he relied upon crumbles. He wasn't undone by lack of worship. He wasn't destroyed by missing prayers. He wasn't ruined by failing to fast. He was destroyed by the sin he fed daily, the one he never feared, never questioned, never repented for, the sin of the tongue. He worshipped like a saint, but he spoke like a tyrant. And on the day when truth is weighed, it wasn't the prayer mat that judged him. It was the hearts he broke. A gentle recitation echoes, "A kind word is charity."